They've only been running the All-Star Race since 1985, and Darrell Waltrip won the very first All-Star Race, which was actually ran in Atlanta. And then they moved to Charlotte. But it's going to be a good race tonight, man. This is me, MP Roofer, in the booth. We also got D. Smith doing the camera angles. He's having mic issues, so he might be in and out. And we also got Guitar up here in the booth. And y'all ready for tonight's race?
Definitely. I'm pretty sure we got some hungry drivers that had to qualify their way into this race. Monster, Nuts, and the fan vote Gatekeeper. They're going to be all racing hard to fight their way up through traffic tonight.
Yeah, I be honest, I think tonight you kind of got to, if you're going to win this race, if I learned anything from running one of the 3 qualifiers to get into the All-Star race, you have to be aggressive. You can't just take the guy out in front of you, but at the same time, when you're dealing with someone in front of you, you'll have 3 guys beating your back bumper off if you don't find a way around him quick, if you're faster than the guy in front of you. So you can't be like crazy nice either, and pit strategy is played every race that I've seen so far. Since there's 4 stages, it seems like that breaks it up into crazy pit strategy, so someone might be able to win this thing off of pit strategy too.
I highly doubt it, since our qualifying races were only 25%.
Yeah.
And this race is going to be 50%. You can't really do gas and go or 2 tires. You're going to have to have 4 tires every stop.
Yeah, that is true. That makes a big difference. 25%, it broke up to where it was crazy. It was.
Yeah, because with 25% with the 3 qualifiers, you had gas and go. Some people not pitting at all and pushing it. 2 tires, 4 tires. You had all kinds of strategies all over the place.
Right. I know some of my favorites, probably, NOCO, some of the bigger names, NOCO, A-Trout, Taddy, RKM's defending champion. He won last year's All-Star, so he's wanting to go back-to-back. Right. I mean, there was, I believe, 30 guys signed up, but I think only like 26 are going to race tonight. But it's like a who's who of the Giggity Racing League. And a few guys that just joined this week and ended up qualifying their way in, just showing us what they got, had a good race. Jackson Strong won the fan vote, really deserved it. He ran all year really strong in Xfinity. It was so hard to beat Jake. It's tough to get wins in the Xfinity series. Jake Guru is really, really fast. Jackson really deserved it. I think he'll do strong tonight.
Yeah, and also watch him for that outside lane. Yesterday he made that outside lane work for him a lot.
Yes. This is an exciting race, man. The first time they did the Charlotte night race, the All-Star race at night, I was old enough to remember, but Davey Allison and Kyle Petty wrecked each other coming across the finish line, and Davey Allison ended up getting back then it used to be $1 million, so that was a big thing back in the early 90s, to get to win $1 million. So the All-Star race, you get heated at the All-Star race.
Yeah, All-Star races always either bring home the steering wheel or don't bring home nothing at all.
Right, it's not a points race. There's nothing to lose. I learned the hard way, and one the qualifier I ran last night. I kind of was easy there and letting people do their own thing, and it kind of got shuffled back to where I put myself out of contention. So my advice is I would be aggressive the whole race. I wouldn't take it easy in stage 1 or 2. I would try to go as fast as I can and be as aggressive as I can the whole race. And if I'm one of the guys that's not as fast, I'm going to do the opposite and try to hope that strategy works out. I mean, you got to do something.
With it being 50-lap stages, take a risk in the first stage, try something, see if it works for you. Then you can always try to do it again in the 4th stage if it happens to work.
Right. Tires, man, I don't know what they're running 2 times wear. Or
I think they said 3 times wear.
If they're running 3 times wear, that's what's going to be key, is who can make their tires last longer. That's major.
And I'm not sure, are they running cautions or no? I wasn't quite informed on that.
I would believe with the field size that we have, I would believe they would be running cautions. I believed in the qualifier. It was just like a sprint to the finish format. I'm not sure. All Star Race could be the same way.
It could be.
I guess we'll have to kind of be able to. Nowadays, you can kind of with strict cautions on, even if one person spins, it'll throw the flag out. That'd be interesting. And I guess you can choose different rates of draft. From what I'm hearing, that they're not going to be really using the draft tonight. As what I heard from one of the drivers. To where the draft affects minimal.
Yeah, what K-Taddy said, there's no draft tonight. So It's going to be all raw speed.
Mm-hmm. Which I like that format. When I'm out front and got a fast car that I feel like I can walk away with people, it stinks knowing that they can just sit back there and run faster laps than me and save fuel just sitting there chilling off my draft. But that's how it's done in real life too. But we'll see how it folds out.
I just got an update from K-Taddy. Yellow flags are on. But he also said if it is a wreck fest, they will start it over.
Right, and do like a sprint shoot type race. I wouldn't think last night. I would say with no cautions on, we may have had 2 incidents with strict cautions that may have caused incidents. So it was a really, really clean race. And the others that I watched were really clean races. So I'm thinking this is going to be a really clean race as well. I mean, I expect there to be some bumping and grinding. I know that don't sound quite right, but I don't expect people just to be, taking people out of contention and stuff like that.
Yeah. But Wicked Gatekeeper is fast, and Jackson, they're both in the back, and we know they have fast cars. They're going to be trying to probably make some hard moves and risky moves early to get up to the front.
Yeah, you have to. Last night I started 22nd, and I think on the second lap I was in 12th. So my strategy was to get as many people as I could, as fast as possible. And that's what I would do if I was them guys as well. Jackson's strong. I believe he's a contender to win. I mean, he's been tough all year. I don't remember too many races in Xfinity he wasn't in the top 5. When I actually seen that he was in the fan vote for the All-Star race, I was actually going back like not believing that he hadn't won a race already. But I want to see what Jake does with these guys too, because he won so many races in the Xfinity Series. I want to see how he does out here with these Cup guys. It's going to be interesting to see how he does. And who is your team captain, Guitar?
K-Taddy.
See, I'm RKM's is my team captain, so I mean I try to be unbiased when I'm in the booth. So I don't want to be like RKM and Mills, but I am proud that we did get 4 people into the All-Star race. I believe one of them was a new guy, Blunts 420. He won the first shootout race of the 3 to get into the All-Star race, and then RKM. Mills Nation, and the last guy I'm leaving out here from Team Canuck. I don't want to leave him out, but he's another new guy.
Also, we need to watch out for Wildcats too. He's fast in the trucks, so let's see what you do in the Cup car here.
I've raced with Wildcats in every different series, and that dude is fast in anything. He's quick. I didn't know he was that fast until I got into a lobby with him and raced him. He's really fast. I'm trying to find the last one here from Canuck so I don't leave him out. Trey, very important person here at Giggity. He's up here in the booth a lot and has helped. He's been here, I believe, since season 1 of the OG drivers, and so I'm glad Trey got in. See, I've been here since like the creation of this thing, so I kind of like seeing some of these old school drivers come out and still be strong, because we've grown. I mean, this league has grown tremendously to probably the most watched league, I would say, on NASCAR Heat 4 at the moment. Not saying we're the fastest, not saying that we're the best or anything like that, because that's all everybody opinions, but I would definitely say this is the largest. And we took on the most drivers, and trying to give everybody a chance and with the new developmental league, truck league, Xfinity, and Cup. So, Giggity, if you're interested, anybody out there watching, get a hold of Kevin Tattersall and get you in. It's a good place to race.
And also, I'm looking at the fastest daily leaderboards. T. Clay is sitting 6th with a 29.540.
Who's
he might
that?
Be a real big contender. T. Clay.
T. Clay. I didn't.
He's on all-time daily leaderboard right now for fastest at Charlotte.
I didn't know T. Clay was in the race, but
is he? Or am I?
I'm not.
Double check.
I don't think he. I'm not sure if he made the race or not, but he was really fast in the race we was in.
My bad. T. Clay is not in the race.
Yeah, I didn't think so. He had some bad luck last night, but he was really, really fast. And I told him, I hope he comes back. Them are the type of guys that we want, not guys that come out there and bulldoze people over. We'd rather you be slow and clean, because we can teach you to be fast.
Is he racing tonight?
I would think K. Larson.
K. Larson 42.622.
He's one of the captains, I believe.
Yeah, he is third quickest then for the Charlotte leaderboard.
Yeah,
but 29.524.
I need to get I need to look at the lineup here actually, and I can talk a little bit more about it. All these people are my friends, and you know, there's a few of them I don't know that are new, but most of these guys, you know, we've known each other for a long time. Buck, and he's going to be running the 62 car. He's going to be fast tonight. He's always good. I've raced with NRG will be in a 37 car. He is Nanobread. He is another name people know him by. I've raced with him since Heat 3 first come out. He's going to be another tough guy tonight. I mean, Diesel. There's a couple of Diesels, so I don't know if that's Diesel chunking, but he's always fast. Spanker's fast. UK's in the 48's always fast. Trey's always fast. I mean, I don't see anybody in the field that don't deserve to be in here.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting race.
Yeah. Titans, I just see in the 22. I mean, I ain't seen Titans in a while.
I just got word that Titan would not make the race.
Gotcha.
All right.
Got confirmation we're fixing to go racing in 2 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Hey, another one is Robbie in the 40 car. I want to give a shout out to Robbie. I know I've been talking about a lot of these Xfinity guys, but I'm more familiar with them because that's what I race in, the Xfinity League. But Robbie's a guy that in qualifying races that I ran with him was really fast. So watch out for him to be a player.
He was. I've raced with him too. He is really good. Me and him raced together a lot.
I was running some 29.7s back to back to back, and he was still walking away from me. And I'm like, wow. And I thought I was doing something. Yeah. You get down to them 29.5s and 6s, and you don't get a whole lot of fall off. You'll be when you're good to go. My main thing was I think I had the 14th fastest lap, but still finished like 6th or 7th, just from consistency. But to win it, you need to cut some laps, have that speed, especially with no draft.
All right. Race should be going live in less than a minute.
I'm not sure if we've had audio. But
there actually been several different names for the All Star Race. From 1985 to 2003, they called it the Winston. From 2004 to 2007, they called it the Nextel All Star Challenge. From 2008 to 2016, it got changed to Sprint All Star Race. And then from 2016 to 2019, it was the Monster Energy All-Star Race. It changes names about every few seasons with different sponsors. So. ours tonight is called the Bearded One 300. So the Giggity All Star Race. Giggity. Let's see. Gotcha. We're fixing to go racing, guys. I am affirmed that they're saying if there's a lot of cautions, they're going to restart the race and
Alright, we're loading in now.
A no caution race, so we're going to get to see some good green flag racing, I believe. I haven't seen the qualifying order, but it's not going to surprise me to see Noco up there in the front somewhere, and being an early player in this race. I know he likes being at the front.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I can hear you.
All right.
Look like
We
Jake is
apologize
starting
for-
on the pole.
Hey, Roger, go ahead and pull the race up.
I'm glad he ran that paint
You
scheme
do
for
what?
me. I told him that car was really fast last night, and if Jake pulls off the win at 95, I'm gonna be so happy. It was the best handling car I've ever raced last night. That 95 was with that same paint scheme, but Jake's just he knows how to arc his way down in the corner really good. He's just
He
a
does.
good, really
Jake's
good
out to an
driver.
early lead right now. Look like he's slowly pulling away from the 18.
This is what I've seen all year from him. I've been honest. I was really close. I was a tenth off of maybe at Dover, and he could roll through the center a little better than me. But all year, man, this guy has been tough to beat, man. I've had some good equipment that I couldn't touch the guy because he's that fast. And I think maybe these guys that ain't never
Mills
had.
is in the wall in turns 3 and 4.
That's bad. Big trouble early out of the Canuck camp. I know they had said they had some strong cars earlier. Right now we got 2 Toyotas at the front.
Yeah, we look like we're about to get a 3-car breakaway. We got Jack, Prout, and RJ with a 3-car breakaway.
I know Smitty has a darn good car because I raced one of the races with him in practice, and he had a phenomenal car too. He could be back there just chilling, saving tires. From what we're hearing, there is no draft effect because it's an all-star shootout race, so these guys are just having to drive as hard as they can. They're not catching a draft off of them. It's all about being really consistent every lap, but RJ Smitty is going to be one of the favorites tonight. And so far, Jake's been holding that bottom line really, really good. I don't see him getting tight on exit either, so it looks like he has a really good car early.
Look like everyone's starting to get spread out in single file for now. Everyone just looks like they're just going to ride it out.
Yeah, I'm going to the field. I'm not seeing everyone just pretty much getting straightened out. Not a whole lot of action.
Three wide in turns 3 and 4. Look like they're going to come out of that unscathed. No contact.
Back here, the 62, the 42, they got a little wad going on here, but the 62 gets a little tight and goes up into the 32, but they hold it. 32 come down on him a little, so I don't appreciate it, but Buck got around him. It's going to take me a minute to get everybody's which car they're in, and
Yeah, same.
yeah.
I'm just going through the field trying to figure out who's in what car right now.
UK Wildcats, he's in the 48, and I see he's riding in 5th in that Jimmy Johnson paint scheme, the camo paint
right
scheme.
Right now, we got Pro 75 running in last place. He might just be sitting there waiting, trying to do a strategy call, or he's just trying to see what everyone else is going to do right now.
I think UK right now, I've seen sparks shooting out of his car. I believe until when he gets his pit adjustments in, I know he's really good at pit adjustment races. His car is going to be a lot faster. I can tell it's an ill handling car right now because it was bottoming out in the corner. So whenever he can loosen it up a little, he's going to be a lot happier.
Monster Racing, who raced his way in last night, looked like he's running somewhat in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, he started in the back. K-Taddy with early trouble, as I see the 34 is way off pace, coming around turn 4 right now. Coming out of turn 4, just now going across the start-finish line. So compared to the leaders, he's in trouble of going an early lap down if he's not careful. I think he may.
You talking about K-Taddy?
Yeah, Taddy's at the very back of the field right at the moment. His 19's and Life is a Plant is in the wall. Looked like he had help. I couldn't tell which car it was that gave him help.
Yeah, something happened to him to get way back there.
Right, that's the same with Taddy. I don't know what happened, but Taddy's all by himself. And like I said, as he's going into 1, I believe Jake is coming out of 4, so.
Yeah, right now K-Taddy just exit turn 2.
When you start in the back, you have to be aggressive. You know, if not, you're gonna. Last night I didn't want to be.
NOCO Racing is now in 3rd. He ended up passing the 24.
Yeah, I was gonna say NOCO's an aggressive racer. He knows you got to get every spot. Which car is NOCO in?
NOCO is in the 1.
The 1, that's right. He's in the 1 now.
Jake is just slowly pulling away from second place right now.
This is what I was interested in seeing, is how Jake was going to stack up with the RJ Smithies, the NOCOs, the Trouts of Cup, you know, and the guys that win week in and week out. And so far, he's showing that he can hold his own. You see, Mills is hitting pit road really early. Yeah, that Global Poker car. Okay, I'm found NOCO now. He's actually creeping up on Trout.
What about someone else is at pit road behind Mills? I'm trying to figure out who that is.
Yeah, when you're on these preset races, man, sometimes you start
Something
out.
happened to the 19. 19 is real slow.
Life's a Plant, really slow. Wow, that's unfortunate for Plant. He is one of our captains here. He's only able to do it part-time, I think.
10 car of Trey is also one of the cars that's on pit road.
Oh, okay.
Along with the 2 car. I think the 2 car with Mills. Jackson Strong is now pitting.
I don't think Giggity's been in full operation for even a year yet, and we have just went phenomenal with the fans and the drivers we have, and this is cool to see. 30-something car All-Star Race and haven't even had a caution yet.
NOCO right now is working on Trout. He's pulled up right to his back bumper. We've got a race for second place going on.
I'm wondering.
NOCO's looking under Trout. Looked like he moved Trout up the track.
Jackson Strong already on pit road. Oh, yeah, there's a car in the wall there.
Contact between Trout and NOCO. NOCO's to second place.
Yeah, I've seen another car make. He pretty much like the wall grabbed him. It wasn't good. It wasn't his own fault. Someone gave him help. But
I wonder if Trout's going to be too pleased with that move, or he's going to come back and move him out of the way.
See, there's a car stopped on the wall right there. Which car is that?
It's the
That is the worst. Racing with style.
Oh,
A
big wreck back
car.
there. 2 cars involved.
Wow.
The 3.
Have you heard of racing with style?
I have not. I think the caution's out. Everyone has slowed down.
I am almost wondering if we did not get somebody in the race. I mean, I don't know, but I've never heard of this guy.
Let's see if he's in. He's driving a 3. 3 is... It just says Mike. I don't know if that's his real name. But we got a caution. I wish we can have a lap counter here, but I don't think we have anyone in the race streaming, so we can have a lap counter.
I might be able to help us out with that. I might be able to look and see if RKM has his stream up and see what the lap.
Going back green with Jake running first, taking him off. Noco Racing Pool right is dropped in right behind him.
I'm gonna check. Let's see. Let me check. I'm gonna check RKM's view. See if he has his. I'm sure he does.
I'm pretty sure K-Taddy's happy to see that caution. It saved him from going a lap down.
Maybe if RKM, if you could hear me, if you can show what's lap we're on, buddy. If you might be watching the live stream. RKM's unfortunately right now in 23rd place. He is a real cautious driver. He takes his time. Sometimes he gets beat up for it. So I hate it for him as my captain. He's a really good racer. Let's see, we are on lap 21 of 40 from what I've seen on...
Wildcat's in the 48, is he?
Yes, UK, yes he is.
He's third, is up to fourth. Looks like he's trying to get around the 18 for third.
I've raced with him.
There's a big wad of cars around him.
In other places other than Giggity.
Wildcat just hit the wall.
Got really tight.
Back.
Yeah.
Ooh, contact between the 88 and the 14. 14 of Monster Racing is now underneath the 48. Wildcat.
Monster was really good at holding the bottom last night. He was.
He was.
He was aggressive in diving it in there, but he was so good at holding the bottom that I could not blame him for diving it in there like that because he was able to hold it. Had he been, coming up high up into me, I wouldn't have liked it, but he wasn't. He was holding the bottom really well, so I was like, you can go, bro. Yeah, he was really did really good job last night.
Oh, something happened to RKM. He is running all by himself.
Yeah, he was in the back on the stream here. I don't know if he's trying to save a couple laps of fuel because
but there's no one near him, I don't think. Yeah, there's no one in front of him. And you can't see anyone behind him. He's way by himself. He's
23rd place out of 26 right now. He is 22. Yeah, he's a Jackson Strong's already a lap down. It's showing, so he may have lagged out. So Jackson Strong fans, I hate to say it.
Let's cycle through and find Jackson, see if he's lagged out, see if he's on pit road.
Yeah, see if he's on pit road. I'd hate to.
Diesel's sitting on pit road.
I'd hate to see that. He's in a 17 car, Jackson is.
Yep, I'm still scrolling through.
Now, I'm seeing Jackson in the race. It's just he must have got caught up in an early wreck, and he'll get his lap back at the end of a stage. I believe Jackson's good enough to make his way, but get his way back on a lead lap.
So far the only car it looked like that's not racing is Diesel in the 4 car. He's just still sitting on pit road.
So, was that Diesel chunking?
Yes, Diesel chunking.
Okay.
Yeah,
he
Jackson
may have
Strong's
lagged
still on the track. Thanks for tuning in, Warpig.
Warpig, I wish you could have joined the season earlier, brother, because I have no doubt at all, as Noco just passed.
Jackson Strong in the 37.
And Noko got the lead from Jake. First time that I've actually seen Jake get past this year, but I'm usually racing with him, not commentating his races. But
Trout is now underneath Jake, trying to take second away. I wonder if Jake's trying to save some gas or tires so he don't have to pit again.
It could be. It was really close from what I've seen. They were on lap 21 of 40 when the caution come out, so it was really close.
It don't look like it. Jake's trying to side draft the 18.
I think the fuel was like 19 laps, so it'd be hard to stretch at 21 unless you had a shifter. If you have a clutch, you could save massive amounts of fuel.
Yep. Because who won the second race during that? He saved the dime bags. Showed us if you got a clutch, you can save a massive amount of fuel.
Yes, I've seen people save 6 laps.
This race, with it being 50 laps a stage, I don't see that happening.
See, that's where I messed my strategy up. I pitted halfway, and got 2 tires when others stayed out and only took the 3-second splash. And I should have done that because my tires weren't wearing that bad. But live and learn. I was trying to be on the safe side. But Jake, I think he's kind of taking it easy right now. It looks like he drafted right back up onto the 18 or got, right back up there and just chilling right behind Trout and Noko. He said, y'all are the Cup veterans. I'll follow you guys and wait for y'all to weigh up.
Or he just don't want to burn up his equipment yet. He's just trying to save his equipment.
Right. He's really good at saving equipment.
He don't want to get caught up in a racing incident just while they're faster than him. He just let him go. Just going to follow behind him for now.
Yeah, most definitely a very smart driver. I've never actually made I've never had any contact with him. I don't think ever. He's been that good. Right now, he's putting it on Trout. He's sitting on his bumper, kind of, and Noko's not able to really walk away at this point. If I was 95, I would just try to...
Looks like RKM is now starting to catch back up to the field, or catch up to someone.
4th place car just got really tight and hit the wall, and now he's got a big old group on him. I'm trying to see who that is there. That was the 8 car, I believe.
We have a good battle back here going on between Blake T, Wildcat, the 6, the 62, the 14, a Monster Racing.
Larson got really tight and hit the wall, and then it just clustered them all up into a bunch. And Bucks made his way all the way up to 5th, I think. And Bucks got a really good car starting in the back. The UK's still right there.
And Trey are pitting right now.
As well as RKM, actually. There's 18 laps still remaining in stage 1.
Here comes Pro to pit road along with some other cars.
See, I believe the strategy in tonight's race is going to have to be 4 tires. Like you said earlier, it's not 25%. It's 50% more laps. You have no choice but to take tires because it's that huge in this game. I see Noko. As I see, Jake got second back from Trout.
Yep, look like Jake's now trying to reel in the leader.
Yeah, I think he might have saved the little tires for a minute and was like, okay, y'all go ahead and take the lead. I'm going to chill, and then I'm going to see if I can get back around you guys just to maybe earn some respect, He's going to be running with these guys next year in Cup, so if he earns their respect now, he's going to go into a season with a leg up, because they respect him because he's fast and deserves to be there, He's most definitely proved he deserves to be in the Cup Series for sure. That's RKM right there that looks like he's in 4th, but he's actually a lap down, but he's on fresher tires. I'm waiting to see if he gets around these guys being on fresher tires to get his lap back.
Look like Trout is trying to catch the 95 of Jack right now.
Any of the fans, I'm trying to make sure I got the volume down on my thing. But any of the fans watching at home, y'all give a shout out for your driver or anything, I will give you a holler or mention on air. Right now I'm watching RKM stream just to give a lap count.
Look like RKM is trying to unlap himself. He's up there with the 3 leaders.
Yeah, he's got the fresh tires right now. So
look like Jake might be pitting this time because he ducked low.
If I was them, I wouldn't fight RKM too much. Just I'd let him go, and they're all hitting pit road. Yep.
All 3 leaders just hit pit road.
No, it's only 15 to go. They might be thinking 2 tires, but 15 to go. I mean,
it also depends on how much their tires have been worn out.
That's
they don't
true.
want to risk it and be getting too loose with on times 3 wear.
You think any of these guys that majorly short pitted will make up an advantage here?
I have a feeling some guys might try a gas and go only.
Yeah.
If their tires ain't worn out too bad.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. Like I was first last night, and then would come out 14th. It was weird how the pit strategy would work out. But like it happened a few times. But at the end, I would have the better tires because they short pitted, so I end up usually making my positions back. So.
Yeah, but if your tires really ain't that worn out, and you do gas and go, a 3-second stop.
Yeah, no, that was the way to go. Right, 3-second stop.
You're not catching them just with under 10 laps.
Exactly. I killed myself by not doing the gas and go. That was just the good call. I think some of these guys know that. Like the one that made it in on his 3rd attempt, he had 3 attempts at it, so he knows a perfect strategy. It looks like Jake, he's always got good strategy.
Contact between 3 and K Taddy. K Taddy 34 is in the wall.
Some of these guys that short pitted are now up here with these guys that have brand new fresh tires. They're all mixed in. And
K Taddy's in the wall again on the front stretch.
Oh boy, Taddy's having a rough night, and he had a good car when I ran
practice with him. Yeah, he's having a hard time right now. Hopefully he can get it turned around for this in the 2nd stage.
He's got a lot on his plate. He's got a good team behind him. All the admins are good here, but it's grown so much. It's a lot keeping track of everything that we got going on here. But we try to run, at least 1 race a night and cater to everybody. So we try to make this the NASCAR Heat 4 home for everybody. And like I said, even name the race after Zane. Everybody knows what happened with him with the esports thing. And
Gatekeeper's now catching up to K-Taddy. It looks like Gatekeeper just gave K-Taddy a push.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Some of these guys that short pitted are now, they're in the mix, from the 3 that were walked off from the field. Only 1 guy has lagged out, which is very fortunate. With such a big field, hate to see that for the 4 car. But Jake Guru, so far, back out in the front from what I see. And
Jake looked like he got him a commanding lead over 2nd place Trout.
Huge. Yeah. And somehow Noco's way back here in traffic. Which I believe we got a caution.
I think this is caution or either the end of the stage.
End of the stage. I wouldn't. If it could be the end of the stage. Nope, caution, guys. I'm going to say there was about 10 to go still.
I'm just trying to scroll through the field. See.
Yeah. I'm going to give you guys an exact. I wish I had someone else. I'm not RKM. I can only give you guys like 17th through 26th. When he gets himself back up here on the lead lap, we'll be good.
If any of y'all tuned in, let me know what driver y'all want to watch for a little bit. We'll go see where he's running.
Yeah, anybody that wants to see their driver or wants, some on-air time. I mean, we try to, spread it out. I know everybody sees a lot of Jake, and they probably know everything about Jake from seeing him in the front so much. Go to the UK. He's in that 48 car. He gets a lot of love in the trucks, but he's going to be someone to watch out for. Let's see what RKM does back here. I'm going to keep an eye on RKM. and kind of watch the back and see
Monster
what's
Racing now is trying to take third place.
43 high up into the wall. Big 40 car up on its lid. I believe we're going to have another caution. Robbie Vids, which is our guy from the UK. We actually got a guy from the England that races in this. Actually, he got it around, and he's going to be way behind everybody now, but he got her going. Taddy's around, right by pit road entrance. I don't know what he's... Oh, that's unfortunate right there. I don't know if Robbie and Taddy made contact, but...
I don't know, but everyone's driving a little bit aggressive close to the end of the stage, trying to get every position they can. There's a big wad of cars back there in the back.
Oh, I was...
Two cars got shoved into the wall by the 24.
Ooh.
Mills.
I tried giving some people advice, and they asked me, what would you do? Or, I just straight up said, be aggressive, but don't wreck anybody, There's a certain line to being aggressive.
Contact with the 42, gatekeeper. The 88 and 42 got together. They're still kept it.
The 19 but he said Life's a Plant went down underneath the apron. I thought he was going to get Wicked Gatekeeper, but he didn't. There was a car that was up in the wall.
Someone trying to play a strategy. We got the 47.
On pit road, I see that.
On pit road.
We got a short second stage here? Let's see. I have to wait till RKM pulls up his lap counter again, and I'll give you guys lap count. We should be coming down to the end of stage 1 here. Like within 10 laps, I would think.
I'm surprised no one's in the 11 car. I think the 11 car is the car I don't see on the field.
Yeah, and it has the most paint, one of the most paint schemes.
Well, only thing that really changed is the numbers is the lettering on the side from Office to Express.
Right.
It only really has like one different paint scheme. Looks like that's the end of the stage, and I think Jake won it.
Jake Guru. Got any Jake Guru fans in the house out here? I know you guys have probably become a fan of his.
If I can find Jake.
He's in that pretty 95. It is a beautiful
Either
car.
Jake or the 18. Who won that stage? Right now it's saying the 18 is sitting in front of Jake. I don't know if he passed him after they took the green-white checkered.
It could be now. He may have took a different strategy, and it could be Trout. Trout is out front, so I believe Trout would be our stage winner.
Yep, Trout won the first stage, followed by Jake in second. No Pit Pedal third. UK Wildcats fourth. And rounding out the top 5 is Buck.
Sorry, Trout, to steal your thunder and give it to Jake.
Oh, go ahead, buddy. Style 8th. Bank 9th, and Bunch Blunts round out the top 10 in the first stage.
Ooh, we got some cars stacking up in the back there.
Ooh, 4 wide, cars on the apron.
They are sending
This could be disastrous going into this turn. Oh, they managed to get it straightened out.
It's the top 10 has not been a problem. It's just been about from like 12th on back. It's been bad back there.
Yeah, if you get stuck back there, you might as well just sit back and let it calm down.
Right. Did you race any of the qualifier races to try to get in?
I raced all 3.
Yeah, because that was my strategy. I can't be here in the back because I'm going to get hurt. Yep. So I get through it. Right.
Like all 3 stages and all 3 races I did, I stayed up in the top 5. But that 4th stage, every race, I end up getting in trouble and getting put to the back.
Oh, man. I finished up in the top 5 all 3 stages and actually had trouble at the beginning of stage 4, and it's the worst time to have it. You want to have trouble early, not late, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Ooh, Wicked Gatekeeper.
Yeah, you drove the 11 car, actually. I remember you out there in the car.
Yep. In the first qualifying race, I won stage 2 and 3. But
yeah,
I just got pushed out of the way in the 4th stage.
Right.
It happens to us. He's back and forth.
I tell you what, when you get back there in a dirty air, it is totally different than being out front.
Well, as soon as I say that, Jake makes the pass on Gatekeeper for 3rd.
He's fast, man. I'm telling you. We got the 2 getting a little wild. Mills in the middle of the field.
Contact back there.
It seems like they just kept beating on each other.
No, in the wall goes Mills.
Man, some of these guys in the back are
Oh, 88 around.
We got
Head on
88
into the
around,
pit road
37 in the grass, and the guys in the back are treating it more as a wreck fest instead of an all-star race. Let's get it together, guys. We got one car, the 88 still. He's going down pit road.
UK Wildcats is running 6th right now.
Taddy, more trouble. He's on pit road again. I don't understand what's going on. Oh, man.
He was up there in the top 3.
That's maybe he's short pitting. Let's hope that it's a short pit strategy move.
I don't think that's a good idea. He's still going to pit again.
Right.
50 lap
That's
stage.
an extra pit stop. Right. That's a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got hit
maybe
on the pit road or something.
He might have forgot the pit at the end of the stage and had to come in for gas. I've done it.
But I doubt that because Trout pitted.
Yeah, he didn't restart out front.
Right.
Right.
Up there. Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
So unless multiple drivers stayed out.
Yeah,
so
I've started out front.
Coming to pit road.
I immediately get down on the apron and let the whole field pass if I forget to pit, because there's no point of going into turn 1 on 50% tires with the rest of the field having brand new ones on this game. It's just tires are everything on this game. You lose like a second and a half on some tracks of speed on a tire run. So Heat 4 has went in the right direction of making it more realistic of how tires wear in real life.
Jake Strong looks like he's rounding up the rear right now. He's running by himself in the back. Jackson Strong, I mean.
Yeah. I was hoping Jackson Strong would have a really, really strong race tonight, winning the fan vote. I know he's got a lot of fans out there, and he has a really strong season. I think he could be being patient, to be honest. He might have had.
He could be. He might just sit back and seeing what everyone's racing like for now. He probably don't want to be in the mess back there.
Right.
Like behind 10th place on back. It's just been a mess on every restart. I'm
watching his car, actually. His car is really tight in 3. I'm going to go on his onboard. I've never had a chance to, actually. I'm always racing with him. He's always in the top 5. So, Charlotte's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people, he's really loose off of turn 2.
We're going to ride on board with Jake right now and watch him reel in Trout. See if he can reel in Trout for a couple of laps.
Wow. Yeah, I would almost bet that Jackson Strong is on a really high slider, and after this car gets a little bit of tire wear, it is a handful. Or at least right now, he's got his hands full right now. Right. He might have made a pit call to try to make up a lap or something and stayed out to make up a lap because he was
Jake
lapped
is
down.
slowly reeling in 8 Trout for the lead. About to have a battle for the lead shortly.
Man, I hate to see that for that 17. I like Jackson. He's always been good. That's Nanobread. I'm gonna check Nanobread out for a minute. I ain't talked about old NRG. He's actually not too far back there. He's actually about 10th place.
Jake is looking underneath Trout right now.
Yeah, let me get back out here to the lead. Little 10 in the wall hard with Trey. Trey down the grass did a donut into pit road with RKM sitting on pit road. Man, some of our OG guys, some of our season 1 veterans are having a really tough night. That's tough to see. It being one of them OG guys that's been here.
K-Taddy's on pressure tires, but he's not trying to force the issue against the 2 leaders. Jake's in the wall.
Jake and Taddy, I don't think so. Is Taddy going to save it? No, I didn't think so. When it come back to the right like that, I didn't think. But hey, he still held on to it and ain't wrecked.
No, he's around
never
again.
mind.
Him and Mills got together.
Commentator curse. Wow, guys. Hopefully we get a caution here and help some of these guys out. So
Don't
far,
look like it because it was just basically a 1 car just spinning out the whole time.
Right.
No other car went around with them.
The flag man's been very stingy throwing it tonight.
I feel bad for K-Taddy, man. He's been up there running strong, but he's just getting caught up in trouble.
I think, I'll be honest, I think he worried so much about putting on the event that he really didn't take enough time to work on his race car and get it perfected. Because it takes a lot being the owner of a team and
He gave me his setup that I ran in the third qualifying race.
Right. I ran it last night, and it was perfect for me.
It was a real good setup, though, but he says he never really liked going out there lead race. He likes to work his way up through the field and be there at the end.
Right.
Like Kevin Harvick.
Right.
He likes trying to be the closer.
I like being like around 5th place, and I don't like being like way back there because of some of the competition you're around sometimes. But be honest, what pit strategy got me. Just like probably you, the splash of fuel was the way to go. And just couldn't figure it out in time.
Monster Racing's on pit road. I look like pit stops are about to be underway here shortly.
Trout, I tell you what, Trout has impressed me a lot tonight. He has not left the top 3 all night. And they're coming up on lapping some of these guys. RJ Smitty's been right there. Let's see. Noco he's back here behind the 80.
Still haven't gotten around Trout yet for the lead, but he's staying right with them.
Right. I don't think he's kind of really pushed the issue. They kind of got like a little a deal going here. It looks like kind of walking away from the field.
Well, they're technically teammates.
Racing
now,
with style. The 3. He's on pit road.
Of Joe Gibbs Racing.
Okay. Ooh, the 17 almost
17
collected some cars.
In front of the leaders.
Yeah, that was really close. That could have been bad. That happened last night because you know how there's no pit road speeding penalty. That happened to me twice. Cars diving in front of me to hit pit road with no warning. I was using the backstretch. I would come down and touch the backstretch line.
24, Smithy is on pit road.
I believe UK is going to get him a top 5 out of this.
Road.
That 48 cars look strong. I've been going through them all night. I believe
on pit road. Plant is also on pit road.
Nanobread just hit. Yeah, we got even more.
Nuts is now pitting. Yep, we got pit stops underway.
Yep.
Jackson Strong just exiting pit road.
And you can see the 95 and the 18 are actually battling hard for the lead. The 95 had a bumper underneath them and then thought about it, but now they're going to hit pit road.
They're now hitting pit road.
And the 6 as well. The 6 pulled out of pit road and stopped. Oh no, he got in. That could have been.
Let's see if these 2 leaders, see if they all take 4 tires, or if someone try to do 2 tires only. If they have different strategies.
6, no pit Pendle. That was almost really bad because he missed his pit, sat out there for about 4 seconds, put it in reverse. So that's going to be a terrible pit stop for him. I think Smitty is still out. He hasn't pitted yet. So I don't know if it's him or Wicked Gatekeeper that would be the leader there. Well, it's hard to tell. Let's see if I can get a...
Nope, looks like they both took 4 tires. But it looked like Trout had a better pit stop than Jake. Trout got a commanding lead coming off pit road over Jake now. Trout's got a big lead.
You got to really be patient coming off pit road too. You can't just jump out there. You will ruin someone's day.
Yeah, either Trout did not do all 4 tires, did a 2-tire stop only, because Trout has a commanding lead now.
Let's see, I wonder where they're at on laps, because this is a 50-lap stage.
Let's go on Boulder Wildcats for a little bit, see what he's doing.
Let's see. Blakey T on pit road is 88. Taddy got her straightened up. I just don't know where he's at. Phil has cars in front of him and behind him. He's not all by himself anymore, so. Nuts battling with Robbie back here. Nanobread getting a little aggressive with the 14. makes up 3 spots in one corner.
We got a nice little 3-car battle between Jackson Strong Monster Racing. It looks like that's the 37 or the 47, I can't tell. Ooh, I think Jackson just got in the wall. Yep, Jackson in the wall. The 12 of RK is around. Caution is out. Big wreck in the back. Car is flipping. Was that RK upside down, I think?
And the RKM's in the 12, unfortunately. He has had a tough night. That was major contact. Hopefully we get the caution. Yeah, it looks like we get the caution.
We got the caution. Caution's out.
Wow. Well, that's the all-star big one right there, guys. I know a couple of these guys might have actually wanted that. I know there was a few guys a lap down that this was going to help out.
I know K. Taddy probably wanted to see that caution after what happened to him at the start of this stage.
Like, they want to... There's probably
a lot of drivers that needed that caution.
Right. Like, if I was on 80% tires right now, I think I would take the wave around if I'm a lap down just to get back on the lead lap and hope something happens, you know? You got to make something happen now.
Look like Noko didn't pit. He stayed out.
That's a bold move. He either did that or took 2 tires.
And the 20.
Yeah, the 95s.
The 20. Blunts.
Blunts.
He's in second now.
Yep. That's what worked in the 25% races, so they heat blunts once, and then might say, hey, let's try it in this race. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah, but everyone else looked like they stopped and took tires, and now they're going to be reeling them in quicker.
Right. If Jake's on 4 fresh ones, right, they're going to be in trouble. He's going to get
Trout.
Right. They're going to get around him so quick.
Ooh, RK is in the wall again back there in the back.
You see that 40's right there. Our Robbie Vids is in 5th place. He done worked his way up here. He's got a really, really good car. That's our UK driver. He is from England.
Blunt's is looking underneath. Noko for the lead. But he got Jake right on his back bumper, taking a peek to the outside.
I know Robbie uses the VR on his face instead of watching on TV, so I'm always interested to watch him drive.
Blunt's tried to hold off Jake, but no prevail. Jake and Trout are now underneath Blunt's. Blunt's is about to drop back to 4th.
You see, when you notice Jake make moves, he don't make these big, crazy, wild moves. He does it really like slow, subtle, and like professional. He don't like arch his car way out and just. I mean, he does it. I guess he knows how to carry his momentum, and that's why he carries his speed so fast. I mean, he's hanging with
62.
Noko.
Yep, 62 just reeled in Blunt's. Now working on the back bumper of Blunt's.
If you can hang with Noko, you give yourself a pat on the back. That's all I'm going to say. Especially in customs and default, it might be a little easier. But Buck's right up there, I believe, too, in the 62. He's another one that's really fast.
There's a nice battle back here with Wicked Gatekeeper in the 40, and there's a nice big pack behind him.
Smitty's worked his way up to 6th. Starting to get some of these guys that's been hanging back a little, I think, in stage 1. And stage 2 are starting to pick up the heat a little bit.
Look like Trout took the lead away from Noko. What happened? He must have got around Jake, too.
Yeah, so far their tire fall off hasn't been bad if that's what happened, you know. Sometimes your pit crew would just automatically get you out ahead, even if you take 4 tires. It happened to me last night.
Yeah, it looks like Blunt's now is fading quick. He had to stay out. He did not pit at all.
Right.
Now Gatekeeper's looking to the outside of Blunt's.
Yeah, he'll be a half a second to a second a lap off if he only took 2 tires or 4 tires. I mean, no tires. It's a bad difference.
He might have just experimented early and see what his car would do if he stayed out.
Right, that's a good time to do it, you know. Figure it out early so you know if it's going to work or not.
Yep. He raced his way in here, so he's just trying to experiment stuff, see what he can find that might work for him.
And he's a good driver. He's new to the Giggity Racing League, but he's a good driver. I've raced with him before on dirt, I believe, actually, and he was an awesome driver, so shout out to him. And Dimebags, he's another guy that I've raced with before that was really good. So both them guys deserved their way into the All-Star race. As you see, Buck's actually peeking up underneath Noko.
Place. Nope.
Jake decided to go high. Yeah, he's going to let Buck go. Which Buck looks to me like he's got the fastest car on the track right now. To be honest, he's reeling them in.
I don't
Besides,
know. They still got to reel in Trout.
Yeah,
Trout has checked out.
Yeah, I didn't see Trout checked out on NOCO like that. Yeah, Trout's got the fastest car on the track right now. Yeah, he is rolling.
Gatekeeper looked like he's trying to reel in second, third, and fourth right now.
If they really did turn the draft effect off, as you see Jake Grug, yeah, that could be a smart thing. Short pit and get them fresh tires.
Let's see, are they going to get tires or would they do something else? It looked like RKM is also pitting back behind them in the 12.
I'm fixing to go on RKM's onboard to see if what lap we're on and to see if he's made it back to the lead lap yet. And all right, there's 14 laps left in the stage.
Yeah, RKM looks like he just did gas and go. That was a real quick pit stop.
Yes, he did a 3-second gas and go. Because, like I said, there's 15 laps.
Gatekeeper might have did 2 tires.
Yeah, I think Gatekeeper and Jake did 2 tires.
No, Jake, I was spectating Jake. He was in there for a while. He had to do 4.
Okay. Which that would be
way too long for 2
with
tires.
15 laps left. I would like 4 tires myself. You know, it's just.
Well, I also tested it out with 15 to go when I'm in my pit stop. Gas only is a way to go if your tires are in good shape.
Right, because you're running a second a lap faster, you don't have enough laps to make up that difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I'm trying to find RKM right now and just see the difference.
Right. Every time I watched the replay of the race last night, I kicked myself in the butt for taking 2 tires.
See, like, if you spectate RKM right now, he's got a really big lead on the other 2 that pitted.
Right. With them fresh tires. Now you see it forces everybody on pit road.
He just gets gas only. Like, you don't even see the other ones that pitted way before him.
Right, that's
way
true.
Ahead of him.
Yes, he's like an extra 10 seconds ahead. Yeah.
Now I'm trying to find them since he's coming out of turn 2 right now.
That's a good strategy. I mean, where he's at, he has no choice.
Yeah,
Gatekeeper's coming out of 2 right now.
Out of turn 2.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even see them. I'm gonna find Jackson and go on board with Jackson. And
Jackson's a little ahead of Wicked Gatekeeper. He's coming out of 4 right now.
Like, you can see that 12 just way up there.
Right.
Jackson got 4 fresh tires, but I don't know if he's going to be able to reel that.
And as long as RKM don't make a mistake, it'll pay off just to get to the end of the stage. He just can't make a mistake.
If I were him, anyone that comes up on him that's quicker, just let him go so you ain't racing him.
Most definitely. Don't put yourself in a bad position. And you know you're not as fast. Don't hold him up. Just let him go. I can see his car's getting a little loose off. That was what was going on with me. That's why I was scared to do the no tire deal for 15 laps anyways. I was scared I would cause the accident. So I'm on a wheel a little different. He's getting to 3 and 4 really good. Or that was 1 and 2, sorry.
Jackson Strong is on pit road.
Jackson seems like he's had a tough night, or he's off on pit cycle or something.
Then pit road.
There's a few guys that just had not had their normal nights. Anyways, Monster's right there.
Has Trout pitted yet? Because if he has, there is no one behind him.
No, Trout is.
You got an update on who the leader might be at the moment?
Let's see. RKM's worked his way up to 12th, but all I can see is the top 10. Or Smitty.
Look on his mini map and what number is in the lead.
Oh, there we go. Let's see. It is the yellow. I believe it's the 6 car. Let me get a full screen here on his. It's the 18 is leading, so Trout's leading.
Yeah, Trout's got a commanding lead, and there is no one behind
Huge
him.
lead. RKM's worked his way up to 11th with that pit stop strategy with about 10
Trout
to go.
Right now, he can just run his own race. The car in front of him is way up there in front of him, and there's like no one behind him. He could just take his time, run his own race, and save his tires.
Yes. That was a good call, but if it goes green the rest of the way, it's going to work out for RKM. Put himself in the 11th place, when he was way back. That's going to be a really good call if it works out. Smitty's in 9th, Nuts is in 10th, RKM 11th. Actually, Jake Guru just flew past RKM on the fresh tires. So it's still working out for RKM, but Jake is in 11th right now, but he's on fresh tires coming really fast. Bucks in 13th, and Blunts is in 14th. So some guys...
Kay Larson is coming to pit road.
I think what Trout's doing is staying out. I don't think he's pitted yet. I think he's staying out to as long as he can and taking a splash at the end. And that could hurt him.
Not a bad call if he got that big of a commanding lead, though.
That's true.
3-second stop is not that bad.
Right, that's true.
Versus
He could have a clutch now to where he might be able to make it. No, here he comes right now. So we're going to see. I'll be able to tell on the mini-map if he's going to still be the leader. As you can see, RKM's getting passed by NOCO now, so the tire strategy, 4 tires.
See what he does, see how long he's going to be on pit road.
I believe was the way to go for Jake and those guys, but in RKM's situation, that was the way to go for him. He's still running 31.2s. So,
yo, Trout did gas and go.
Uh-oh, his tire light just come on.
Sure, that might not be. That probably was a pretty good call.
Yeah.
This part only sitting in pit road for 3 seconds. He should still have a pretty
Trout.
good lead.
He's gonna have a commanding lead, I believe.
Like there is no one behind him or in front of him. You can't see a car at all around him.
Wow, I don't know how many laps we're coming down to because RKM's looking at his tires and. But I know
it would tell us when we cross the line how many can go in the stage. When he crosses the line.
Oh, 1 to go. His tire light is on, so I'm hoping he can make it.
How many laps to go?
There is 1 to go in the stage when he crosses the line.
Is he a lap down, though?
I do not believe so because he's in 12th place. Yep.
Well, if it's 1 to go, Trout right now is coming to take the green white checker to win stage 2.
Trout, yes.
Someone's out of gas on the front stretch.
Oh. Who is this? That's the Trey. Trey, is he going to cross the line?
Yep, there we go.
He was the leader.
Stage 2.
Trey was the leader. He stayed out and tried to save enough, but he ended up not making it.
Yo.
It was showing the 10 in the lead. But the 18 ended up winning that stage. Hey, what's up, Clay? I got 10th, 11th, and 12th. Nuts, Kay Larson, RKM. Let's see, Trey and 7th. Let's see. Trout, RJ Smitty, No Pit Pendle, Monster, Buck, Jake Guru, Trey, UK, NOCO, Nuts, Kay Larson, RKM, and 12th. So that's our top 12.
I'm waiting on an update for the top 10. If we get one.
Yeah, so Trout won that stage there. The 10, if Trey wouldn't have ran out of gas, Trey would have won that stage. He was in the lead of trying to stay out. He just ran out a little bit short.
Don't look like we got an update from that second stage on the top 10.
It's been a heck of a race, man. I think a guy I would keep my eyes on here is the 24. I think he is really fixing to come into play in the 4th stage. I got a feeling. Taddy back here in the middle of the pack.
Jackson is back in traffic right now. I mean, Jake is back in traffic.
So is Jackson. Jackson's on pit road, which I'm thinking he's lagged out. That is unfortunate, man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that is unfortunate.
I really wanted to see him.
I would love to see him, see what he can do at the end. I know he has a fast car.
Yeah. Ooh, RKM just got tight up into the wall. And he didn't make contact with anybody, but stalled his run out majorly.
Jake threaded the needle right then. He squeezed.
We got a car pushing. NOCO and another car beating on each other. The 32 was like pushing NOCO under the yellow line, and NOCO pushed back. Let's see who's in the 32 here. Nuts. Nuts and Noko was just banging on each other, but no accident out of it. It's like Teddy's got his car together now. He's riding in that middle lane. Oh, actually, as I say that, the 32 and him make contact. 32 around.
Big wreck
19
going on.
around. The 20 in the fence. Yeah.
About the 88 and the 43.
I believe this is...
K-Taddy and the 34 again. K-Taddy's just having a tough night tonight.
That one was more, it looked like Nuts' fault on my screen than it was Taddy's. Taddy was actually holding his line in the middle, and it just wasn't, they were running 3 wide. But that's what these guys in the front want to see. Y'all battle back there so we can take off.
I'm pretty sure Trout didn't want to see it. Trout was starting to check out.
Yeah, no, Trout has got an excellent car tonight. I mean, a dominating car.
First stage, we thought it was just going to be Jake dominating, but Trout managed to catch up and take over.
UK, I still think, is in this thing. I mean, Jake's still in this thing. 14 we ain't talked about all night. He's made his way up there.
Let's see. Let's go on board with no pit for this start.
Monster Racing, our last night's winner's made his way up to 3rd in the 14. That's Monster. And Buck's actually up there on the front row. Let's see what he does out front.
Ooh, Jackson underneath Monster Racing.
It's a whole different ball game when you're out front and you got that fresh air and you can dive in as hard as you want in the turn 3 and not have to check up for anybody if you can hold the bottom.
What happened to Trout? Did Trout pit?
I don't know. I'm thinking that's the only thing that could have happened. I think he said, hey, because he's back in about 7th right now.
I don't think he want to be back there. He should just take his time and let these people sort it out.
Yeah,
that gives Jake a chance to take the lead and pull away from Trout, and make Trout try to reel him in when he gets back.
Robbie's coming. He's following Robbie to the front. They're looking really fast right now. They're passing a 9, a spanker, and they're making their way back to the front right now with Smitty right behind them. I believe they know they have really fast cars, so they're being really patient right now.
Yeah, let's go on board with Trout a little bit and watch him work his way up.
Yeah, he's got Smitty right there on his... Oh, as you see, the 95 gets wicked loose off of turn 2.
95.
Ooh. He works his way back in. That could have been... Buck right now is holding him off, though. He's giving him everything he can handle. As you see, the 95 looks on the outside of Buck right now. Buck gets the preferred line on the bottom. Jake's still giving him everything. He gets a really good run on the high side.
There's RKM again. He's all by himself.
See,
sitting in the back,
Jake's able to run the top or the bottom. He's fixing to take the lead from the high side the hard way.
That's what we saw yesterday out of Jackson Strong.
Yeah, if you can get that thing to roll on the high side like that, yeah, you're in there. He's got his car's handling like a dream right now. Buck's a really fast racer.
Trout really wants to buy Monster. Trout is all over the back bumper of Monster.
Yeah, last night when I had a car in front of me that I felt like...
coming out of 4.
Ooh, 62 gets a little rough. Robbie caution. Into the fence. 62...
Be a caution. 62
yeah,
around.
Buck in the fence. Collects another couple cars.
Is it a caution?
I believe so.
Yep, they're slowing down. That's a caution.
Buck had a really good car. It looks like he lost it there.
I did not want to see that because now Trout is in 3rd place.
Yeah.
Trout's going to be right on the back bumper.
He's going to work his way right back to the front. He's got a really excellent car tonight.
Both of them do. It's going to come down to probably pitch strategy between those two. Are we in the 2nd stage still?
I believe we're in the 3rd now. And Noko, you can't never count him out. He could be back there just waiting to see what's going on. He hasn't really been out of top 10 yet tonight. It's tough once you get back there in 10th place. Because even if you're fast, it's hard to get around some of these guys sometimes.
Look like some people stayed out. Look like Noco. And the 32 is...
Get that track position. 32.
I forgot who the 32 is.
I will tell you in 1 second.
32 is Nuts. Ooh,
we got a little beating and banging up here. 20 around.
Car around.
All the way facing backwards. I don't know if I think we're going to get a caution as he collected a couple cars with him.
Caution's out again.
With these cautions, they're going to start clicking off laps pretty quick.
Blunts was the car that went around, right?
Yep.
The 20?
See, that was lap 15 of 47. So even if they pit here, they're still going to have to make another pit stop.
Yeah, I don't see anyone pitting here unless they really want tires.
Right.
They really need them.
No matter what, they're going to have to still come in. The guys that just pitted a lap ago, I wouldn't, not for one, track position's key in my book.
Yeah.
I mean, you want tires as well, but track position's good to have sometimes.
Well, some guys might come in and get tires now, then when the next pit stop comes around, if it's low enough, they can just go gas on it.
Yep, and just take that 3-second splash, as we've seen that work all week. As a 32, looks like he stayed out. Jake's back on the front row.
Nuts is now going to be starting right beside Jake. See if
Let's
he can hold Jake off.
Let's see what he's got for Jake here. Jake gets an excellent restart.
Jake just powered around him on the outside off that restart.
Nuts actually stacked the field up a little there. He made it on the high side.
Trout is back in deep traffic now.
I believe
Trout needs to be careful and take his time.
32 has to be really careful being on old tires right now, staying out like that, not slowing these real fast guys up.
Coming off with turn 4. 3 wide.
Yeah, they're all getting bunched up, it looks like, trying to get around that 32. We got car in the grass already.
Cars, K-Taddy.
Taddy, the 62. The 12, the 20 takes it again. The 47 again.
There's one of Noco. Oh, I think Noco just disconnected because he's in pit road. Noco might be done for the night.
He's had a rough night for Noco standards.
He was running good too early in the race.
He had a great car.
Green is no caution.
Yeah, it's tough when that happens.
Disconnected.
Yeah, he probably said, I've had enough. I've got wrecked for final time.
Tough break for Noco, man. He had a good run going here and there.
Ooh, we see the 19, Life of Plant made a little bit of contact with Robbie back here, but Robbie saves it with UK right behind him. Tough break for Hey Bob in the 47. See, Taddy, he's still bumping and banging with the 19 right now. Ooh. 88's underneath him. I'm just surprised Teddy's just a little bit off tonight for some reason. Maybe he's not got
him and RKM.
Yeah,
is a little off.
Our defending champion.
RKM needs to have a big comeback if he wants to go back to back. He did win the last one, I think, if I remember correctly.
I mean, I'll be honest, this league in less than a year has went from 10 guys that race together every night to 200 and something subscribers on YouTube. It's over 100 drivers on the roster. It's grown up tremendously. We've found a lot of great drivers and able to put on some good racing for people, our viewers at home. Jake right now, it's class of the field. I believe Trout has something for him. He just has to get himself back in that situation.
Out right now.
That fresh air,
Second
man.
Place,
it's keen.
24, Smithy. Followed by Trout is running 4th. Trying to figure out who's in the 9 car.
Spanker is in the 9.
Spank is running 3rd.
Yeah, Jake, he is really, really checked out. It's going to make it even tougher for them guys back there to catch him with the draft effect being down low. But they're trying to stay in a line, doing best as they can to.
40 is in the wall in 3 and 4.
Robbie.
40 just bounced off K-Taddy. K-Taddy around again into pit road.
Oh, no. 19, 37. I believe this is going to cause a caution, guys.
Yep, this is a caution.
Man, I wish Noco would have stuck in there for another minute. He could have got that caution, maybe got his lap back. But it could have been, sometimes a server will boot you also, so he might have lagged out as well. I've noticed
K-Taddy and Racing with Styles is on pit road.
The later we've gotten in the stages and the higher, closer we got to the end of the race, the intensity has really ramped up a lot.
It has.
They took it kind of easy in stage 1 and 2 compared to they're really getting at it now. See RKM up there on the front row, I believe maybe he forgot to pit, maybe?
Ooh, K-Taddy is on the front row.
Maybe these guys said, heck with it, we're going to see, there's only like 8 to go to the end of the stage. That's what their plan is.
K-Taddy, Monster Racing, RKM, but can they hold off Jake?
I do not know how this is going to play out. With such few laps to go to the end of stage 3.
We're going to go on board with Jake and see how he gets around these 2 leaders.
He's going to have to do it on the high side because they're going to hug the bottom, but he's got a fast one.
No, they're not. RKM has slid high and left the bottom open for Jake. Jake's going to take second place.
We got a car spun around in the back, but let's see if they can get to the finish here. Oh, as the 12 gets a little contact from Jake. Oh, the 12 might give it back.
Real into 34, K-Taddy right
here.
Oh,
the 14 makes a little contact. Oh, and 12 major wreck, guys.
12 is in the air.
32-9 upside down. Yeah. Not a good, I get what they were trying to do. Couple laps left to the end of the stage.
Everyone's going for every position they can, but now off this restart, can K-Taddy hold off the hard-charging Jake for these last little bit of laps in stage 3?
I get it. It's just I hate being in that situation because I don't like to be someone that holds the guys up. So I get what they were trying to do. It's tough for me to do it. But tonight is the night. If you're going to do something like that, tonight's the night to do it. It's an all-star race.
Yep.
Let it all hang out.
If you don't win the race, you better come back with the steering wheel.
Right. RKM wants this bad. He's the defending champion. He has a good car. I've seen him. He was up to 4th, 3rd. Had some early bad luck. Jake and Teddy. We're going to see.
And Trout is right there sitting behind 3rd. Trout's looking.
Teddy's got to have a restart of his life right now on them old tires compared to Jake on the new tires right so far.
Oh, no. That one caution, Teddy spun down pit road. He might have took tires during that one caution. He got pushed down pit road.
So far, he's holding her up front.
Ooh, Trout on the bottom. Trout looks like he's
Jake's
on the bottom
been so good on that high side tonight.
Can Taddy hold Jake off?
Yeah, I know we're getting really close to. Crossover done on him. Jake pulls the crossover.
Ooh, Mills is in the wall. Looked like they're 4 wide for a second back there.
I believe if a caution does come out,
bouncing off the wall.
It'll be the end of the stage, I believe.
Jake is to the lead. K-Taddy and Nuts are bouncing off the wall.
Yes.
Who is that in second place? We ain't talking much about.
Teddy might get a top 5 out of the stage. He's in 5th, but they're coming
Bob
quick.
Is running second in the 47 to see if he can reel down Jake and win the stage.
That's what I was gonna say. If you can't, keep up with them on speed, you got to try what you can. So people are trying different things. We're getting down to the closing rounds.
Coming out of turn 2. Looks like we're staying green though. It's just a single car spin. He might have hit the apron.
See that?
It looked like Racing with Styles was out of the race too because he's still on pit road.
Yeah, I see that.
Along with Diesel is out of the race. Jackson Strong is out. And who is the other guy that's out? I know there's one more. And Noco. Those are your guys that are out of the race.
RKM got settled back in with the old tires, and he's hanging with them. So his gamble's kind of, it didn't pay off the way he wanted to. I know they're coming down.
I don't think Bob is catching Jake. Jake is slowly checking out, and there's not many laps left in stage 3.
Jake is real smooth, man. He don't make many mistakes if you notice. You don't see his car ever bobbing around. I don't know if he's on a wheel or a controller, but he's just a really smooth driver. He don't make that many mistakes.
I have noticed this though, Jake, he's good up front and good in traffic, but Trout, it seems like when Trout gets in traffic, he just stalls out. Trout's car seems like it's better in clean air versus dirty air.
I agree. I'm on a wheel, and my car handles differently in dirty air as compared to clean air. It's weird. You can actually feel it in the wheel. It seems like your car, when you're out front, just handles like a dream, and back in the dirty air, it's a little tight, I guess you'd say, unless you got your wedge pretty loose. But
I'm trying to see if there's any battles going on this stage, but everyone looks like they're just stranged out, just riding out this stage.
yeah, with the drafting effect being taken all the way down, I mean, it's really tough to get a big run on, and line up and catch Jake. It's all about
Smitty and RKM is going at it right now.
Trout in the second line are trying to catch Jake. Hey Bob, I think, in the 47.
Yeah, it's Bob in the 47.
Yeah, they've actually stayed in the line, them 4 drivers there, and they've actually caught up to Jake a little bit. UK right there in 5th place, and I'm telling you, I believe UK's got a top 3 car. I honestly do. I think he's just been being patient all night. He's ran an excellent race in that Jimmy Johnson car. Sitting there in 5th place right now. Him, the 18, the 95, they have all stuck out as being in the front all night. And I tell you what, Buck and Nanobread right back there in 5th and 6th. I know Nanobread in the 37 had some early trouble.
Like Trout is having a hard time getting by the 47 of Bob.
It's tough to pass without help. I noticed, anyways, on the high side.
Well, you really ain't gonna get help either with the draft being turned off. You gotta just find the right lane and find the right thing to find more power coming out of the turns.
Right.
Or just going into the turns.
Exactly. You got to keep the momentum on this game is everything. If you barely scrub that wall and lose a little bit of momentum, you're going to lose 5 spots. And
also, the wall is like a vacuum cleaner. You hit it once and it sucks you in. It's hard to
grabs
get off
you
of
like
it.
a magnet, right? Yep. And then if you jerk too hard, you'll come right back down onto the field and wreck the whole field, which you don't want to do. So
yep.
It's a compromise all the way around. But I do like the realism. In Heat 3, you could put one setup in it if you knew the right setup and run it for 500 laps.
24 than the grass of RJ Smitty.
Yes, he is. And I thought Smitty had a for sure top 5 car.
Trout now finally got around the 47. 47 looked like he's going to drop back to 5th. Can Trout catch the 95?
Trout has the best long run car, from what it looks like to me. Like, Jake has a really good short run car, but when it comes to long run, to me it looks like Trout has the long run car to beat. Like, his car starts coming in, but
Wildcats is working on the 62. 62. I'm trying to remember who that is.
That's Buck.
Buck. Oh, I think
as
Buck's
I hear
in the
contact,
wall,
yep.
Up
8. He was our 4th place car, just got wrecked.
K. Larson is around.
Yes.
RKM is around.
RKM, I think that's caution at the end of the stage. Yep. RKM finished 12th.
Just end this stage.
Yep. 10th was Buck. 11th K. Larson. 12th RKM. Let's see if I can get us a full rundown here. He's making his pit adjustments, and then maybe we can get a full rundown here. I can give y'all 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And from there on back, but he's not scrolling up to where I can see top 10 because he's Spanker 9th, Buck in 10th, 11th K. Larson, 12th RKM, 13th Monster, K. Taddy 14th, 15th. I cannot read that name, but our top 10 guys have been the same guys pretty much all night, so we kind of know who they are. Smitty, Hey Bob, the car to beat right now on the track is the 95. He's really been the man to beat all year. So it's going
to be Jake and Trout, both not the cars to beat. If we get a long run, you got to watch out for Trout.
I raced a couple races in Cup Series and decided to come back down to Xfinity. And to be honest, it was just as tough running with Jake as it was with the Cup guys. I mean, he is
in the wall off of turn 4.
That surprises me. I watched the replay twice to last night's race, and he had a good car all night. He actually got into a wreck and still got back to the front with a no caution race.
Looks like UK is trying out the Kyle Larson line.
The 62, I believe, maybe it wasn't the 62, but a black and yellow car just hit the wall extremely hard. This is the 4th stage. Everyone's going to let it all hang out as RKM's up to 9th, making big moves.
40 and the 32 at Nuts just got together.
I'm going to see if RKM gets ran clean here. He's actually made it up to the... Spanker in the 48's making contact. 37 gets underneath both of them. We got the 20 around. Yeah. Man, I tell you what.
Still 3 wide back there behind UK.
This is going to be a heck of a race between Trout and Jake.
Buck in the wall on turn 4.
Up 3 wide, the 6, the 9, and the 12 RKM kind of dancing around. But they save it. Nice save there by the boss of Canuck. He's currently running 9.
Contact. Big contact between the 12 and the 9 down into the 6.
Taddy's actually worked his way back up in the top 10.
Contact again between the 6 and the 9 and the 2 that time.
Yeah, they're pounding it back there.
K-Taddy's in the middle of that. I'm pretty sure K-Taddy's like, let me go. I don't want to be a part of this.
Taddy's actually worked his way up to, I believe, 11th place because RKM's running 8th. RKM's one of them guys that'll sit back and wait till the end of the race. But in my personal opinion, I believe this is going to be a 95 versus 18 versus 24 show. One of them 3 guys will win this race unless something crazy happens. That's my opinion.
Jake just bounced off the wall getting into turn 1.
And that is not what he wants because Trout has got a really good car. You can't make that kind of mistake in this race.
I know the 24, RJ Smith, is sitting back there like, come on, y'all two start racing each other so I can get up there and race with y'all.
This is our second All-Star race that we've done here at Giggity Racing League, and everyone I think would be honored to say that they won the Bearded 1-300, and I know they really all, they want this. So right now Trout is giving the 95 everything he can handle. That could be the hardest Jake has been raced all year.
Yeah,
I want to see how he responds to it.
Trout is probably sitting there and just loading up his rearview mirror, just hoping he makes a mistake. I don't think Trout's really trying to push the issue.
That's what I would do.
Nervous and make him slip up.
Exactly.
So he don't have to push his equipment too hard.
And if not, they stick together and walk off from the field because they have the 2 fastest cars, and they seem like they can hook up really well.
Seems like that's what they're doing right now. It seems like Trout's just pushing the 95.
Yeah, you notice how they walked about a second away farther from Smitty? It seems if they do that...
But it doesn't seem like Jake can hold the bottom.
No, his car is like it's getting tight, right, compared to Trout. Trout looks like he can hold the bottom right now. I think he's got that long-run car. He's got his car dialed in right now.
There you go. I think Trout's going to look underneath of Jake.
Now, Jake's running that middle lane perfectly,
there we go.
but he's opening
Jake's
that...
off the wall again.
Bounce down into the 18, actually. Let's see if the 18 can get a good entrance. Yep, the 95 let him.
Just checked out. Now let's see if the 24, RJ Smitty, can catch up to the 95 and put some pressure on him. Take second place.
I know Smitty has a great car. I ran one of the practice races with him with like 20 guys, and he literally smoked everybody. A lot of the guys was in this field tonight, so I know he has a great car.
Yeah, it looks like Trout's now starting to slowly pull away from Jake.
I think it's going to be tough for anybody to beat the 18 without pulling something off on the pits or getting a really good pit stop, hoping he gets a bad one.
Well, all it takes is just a late race caution, and everyone has one final shot to just dive bomb and going into the final turn 1, and maybe make a mistake.
Yep. I believe in '96 it was. I seen Ernie Irvin do that. He had a 10th place car all night and got the final, and he stuck it in on Bobby Labonte, and he wanted that million that bad that he took it. And, you know, I guess if you had $1 million to win a race, you would probably think about diving that bad boy in there, too. I know I would. I'm proud of RKM right now, though. He worked his way
right now.
up to 8th, and the admin's vote to get into the night's race of Wicked Gatekeeper, he's up in 7th. So they voted in a guy that deserved to be in the race, did a great job in the top 10. I love it. Admin's great choice. Getting Wicked Gatekeeper in tonight's race. He really has done a great job all night. Still feel bad for Jackson. I know he had a lot of fans that voted him in. Wish he would have had a better night. Yeah.
I did too, man, because I just knew he had the fan vote.
Right. It's always, it's always nice to see the guy. That's when I lobbied, you know, I had a few people vote for me, but I could not go out there and lobby against Jackson Strong because of how good of a season he had. So how could I say, hey, vote for me over him, because actually he's ran better than I have this season, so he definitely has deserved it.
Glad we got a good race going on between the...
Ooh, I see the 62.
At the wall.
Yeah,
into the wall.
Yeah,
into the wall. And
that is not...
getting hit.
I don't think Trout right now wants to see a caution.
The 10 is in the grass off of turn 4.
Oh, man. The 10, Trey having a really rough trip of it. Him and RKM. RKM's on pit road. I don't know if it's a planned stop.
I saw RKM. I think RKM was a planned stop.
That's a planned stop, yeah. There is 40 laps to go, 39, and the pit cycle is 20 laps. So all he has is one more stop. So he divided his pit sequence up in 2 different more stops. We'll see how everyone else plays it, but he was 8th when he come on pit road, so we'll see how it works out for him. I say, if you know your car's going to get real loose when the tires get old and you can't do that 3-second splash because you're going to cause the accident.
Looks like Jake is slowly reeling in Trout for the lead.
See, maybe Jake might have that long run car that it just not might, as everyone else pitting pit road as the 40 almost got pushed out of pit road by K Taddy. That was really close. Hopefully didn't get a speeding penalty there. Everybody came to pit road there.
Jake is flirting with that wall though.
Yeah, he's getting really tight.
His car is tight.
Yeah, if I was him, I'm coming in. I'm either coming down on the right front. If I'm at 40, I'm coming down 2 rounds to 38 to loosen it up some, or I'm coming a couple clicks down on the wedge to loosen it up some, because on exit, his car is perfect on entry. On exit, it wants to get so close to the wall.
Might need to up his tire pressures a little bit too.
That too, right. And that even helps you out on your wear for longer in the run. So
it does. Definitely does. Yeah, now Jake has lost almost that little bit of gap he gained back on Trout. Looks like his car is tight. Yeah,
every lap that he stays out there right now, which if he has a good enough car there where he only has to take 2 tires or just a splash, you know, it don't matter. But he's losing about a second a lap right now to the guys that short pitted. So
exactly.
But they had 15-second stops. If he decides to only do an 8.
Now exiting pit road and Monsters.
Oh, we got a big wreck right in front of Jake. Oh, he just missed it.
3 leaders.
Wow, they barely missed that. That would have been treacherous. As these guys that didn't get on pit road don't even know what's lying ahead of them. They all get through it.
Smart. He's staying up against the wall for now.
Great job.
Until he's getting his feet back up. Good job by Monster of not getting in the way.
He's not, I believe this is third or fourth race he's raced with Giggity, and he knows how to, to stay out of the way. That's a really smart call. A lot of people would have forced that issue.
Gatekeeper is coming to pit road along with Wildcats. The 24, RJ Smitty is around.
Ooh,
trying to get into pit road. A lot of cars coming into
UK
pit road this time. That's rough
42, yeah. Wicked Gatekeeper.
RJ Smitty was running 3rd.
Yes.
He spun it out trying to get to pit road. That's going to cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, I believe Wicked Gatekeeper's got a top 5 car. He's been there all night.
Jake and Trout also on pit road.
The 95, yep. And Trout. Right now,
a lot of people in Mills is in pit road. UK.
RKM's intent here, so I'm going to see how his short pitting actually plays out when he actually gets back
even
around.
Though the 24 of RJ Smitty spun on pit road, looked like he did 2 tires, or maybe just gas and go. Because even though he wrecked on pit road, he beat the 2 leaders off pit road.
Wow, this is going to work out good for RKM at the moment.
But Jake is right on his bumper, though. What happened to Trout, though? Trout had a terrible pit stop. I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, our
to Trout.
leader right now is actually RJ Smitty, and then Jake Greer second.
Can he hold off Jake charging on the outside? Nope, Jake just powered around him on the outside with those new tires.
RKM is in third now. That was a great call, short pitting.
What happened to Trout, though, on pit road?
I think he might have got a speeding penalty.
Could possibly been. He was on pit road for a while. Trout's way back there. Trout is now just crossing the start-finish line.
I love the call RKM made, especially if he catches a caution. He went from 8th to 3rd by short pitting, and now I know these guys...
I'm about to tell you the gap that Trout is behind. The leader is crossing the start-finish line now. Trout is now just entering turn 3.
Ooh. Yes, our Jake and Smitty are right now. They have probably a 6-second lead over 3rd, over 5th of Hey Bob. It's Jake Guru in 1st, RJ Smitty 2nd, RKM 3rd, Nanobread NRG 4th, and Hey Bob in 5th. This is going to be interesting to see how this strategy works out. Like I said,
it is. Everyone's all spread out right now. There's battles here and there, but it's not much. It's like there's a car almost everywhere on the track right now.
Right. Like, we haven't talked about the defending champion, which is having a car has trouble right in front of him, but they saved it of RKM all night, and then now he places himself 3rd on doing the opposite pit strategy of everybody else. We'll see how fast they...
Gatekeeper right now is working on trying to get around Nuts with UK Wildcats right behind him.
I do believe the race is going to come down to the 24 and the 95 now, though, that the 18 made that mistake.
There still is one more pit stop to be made, and there could be a caution between then or now to punch the field back up.
That is true. And then anything could happen. But that 95, he has been, he's, I think, led the most laps tonight, been the most dominant car all night.
Gatekeeper is looking under Nuts right now for position.
He's actually coming around the 37, actually just past RKM.
UK is making a pass on the outside.
And here comes another car that's passing RKM. Hey, Bob. So, Nanobread
is also looking outside of Gatekeeper.
Yeah, them new tires, man, you make up a lot in the short term, short pitting, but in the long term, you almost lose it right back.
It looked like that gas and go right now is hurting RJ Smitty.
I think so.
The 95 has checked out.
Right. He had a 2-second lead.
95 is now just entering turn 3.
Right. RJ Smitty had 2 seconds, 2.5.
Entering turn 3 right now. So it's about a whole entire turn difference in length.
At this point,
probably about the front stretch in difference.
It's Jake's race to lose. I know he can't control the cautions and stuff like that, but it's his race to lose. Especially with the 18, with the speeding penalty or whatever happened on pit road, unfortunate, because he had a great car tonight, Trout.
Yeah, Trout did. Trout's right now running by himself.
Wow. I know there's some guys that are praying for a caution, and then there's guys that are praying for no caution,
I know one thing. Trout's one of the guys that want to see a caution to put him back in contention.
Yeah, I believe he has a car that can win it. Jake is just holding such a pretty line. Have to go practice with him some. I think in my opinion, he has to be a wheel driver, because I don't never even see a wiggle out of that thing, and I know that's really hard to do on a controller.
I also know some people that can hold it steady on a controller than most people can on a wheel.
No, that's true. I'm 38 years old, and I've been racing, on a controller for years, and I just prefer the wheel. myself,
I've
but
never driven a wheel. I've driven a wheel for in iRacing.
right.
Friends, but I've never actually tried a wheel on PlayStation. I've been looking into getting one.
Yeah, they're really, it's worth the investment, I would say. Like, especially if you ever try any other games like Project Cars or Formula One, you get so much enjoyment out of the wheel. For like the T150 for $149, it's a really good wheel. Like, Formula One.
Addy looks like he's just having trouble. He's all over the track right then.
He's had a tough night.
In the grass.
Spanker's in 6th. Wildcat's still in 7th. I knew he had a top 10 car there. Actually,
working on passing the 8 of K. Larson.
RKM right back up there with these guys with fresh tires because they must have caught a...
RJ Smitty is around. Right in front of Nuts.
Yep.
And Wildcat was involved too. Wildcat through the grass.
That was for position.
Bill's right on the back bumper of Nuts now.
As RKM's actually, his fuel light is on, and he 7th place. And his tire light has come on.
I'm pretty sure RJ Smitty is regretting that gas and go only stop right now.
Yes. That was the way to go in that 25%ers, and everybody thought, hey, let's try the same thing tonight, but it was just, I think, a little too many laps. I think Jake may had knew that at least getting 2 tires was the way to go. You know, your lefts didn't wear too bad here, from what I've seen.
I've seen Jake do probably a 2-tire stop once, and all the rest has been 4 tires.
Right.
Oh, the 20 is around.
Ooh, Arkham is really stretching it here.
Monster's pitting right behind him.
I believe Arkam's going to get on this lap. UK is up to 5th.
RKM is pitting this lap.
Yeah, UK, he's up to 5th. I knew he would be a good... I think he's our leading truck driver. He's number 1 in points, but to
Jake
be honest...
right now is just in a class of his own.
Yep, this happens week in and week out in the Xfinity series, and people thought maybe the rest of the series was just slow, and it's not the case. Jake is just really that fast. Hats off to Noco for drafting this guy because he is just really fast. He did his homework.
Yeah, there is no one behind him, no one in front of him. He can just run his race for a while until next pit cycles come around. You don't have to push the issue in nothing. Just run his lines. Don't make any mistakes.
I'll be honest.
This goes green all the way. I don't see anyone catching him.
I think Jake Brewer has a chance at being Giggity Racing League's first esports driver. I honestly think he's good enough to make the esports. He's just a smooth, fast driver. I haven't seen him on customs. Hopefully he runs just as good on customs as he does on default, because I do believe that he could make the esports. He's that good of a driver.
Yeah. The 40 just bounced off the wall. Now since cars are exiting pit road now, they're starting to get around Jake. Jake just pull over if they're on fresh tires, just let him go so it don't mess up his rhythm.
Right. Everyone has to know that 95 is class to field right now. I'll be honest, I practiced with the 4 car for 500
Trout
laps.
and Smitty is on pit road right
the 95's giving the signal. He is coming on pit road right now. He just gave the signal on the backstretch. So,
Trout's now leaving pit road.
24
of RJ Smitty is still on pit road.
The 95 got on perfectly. Yeah, I think he got a speeding penalty or either got...
Yeah, he is still sitting there. He had to get a speeding penalty.
It's either that or he may have got frustrated and because that caution didn't come out and quit. Because he had a good car.
I'll check back with him later and see if he's still on pit road. Let you know if he just disconnected and gave up.
I'm just watching the 95 stop just to see what he does here. If he takes 4, I think he takes 4.
There is no doubt he's taking 4. With that commanding lead he has, he shouldn't push it.
I hope this don't mess him up. Nanobread come on pit road and knocked his car all the way around sideways. It didn't mess him up. Okay, he took 4. It was a good stop too, around 14 seconds. He's going to have a commanding lead, I believe.
Yep, I think RJ Smitty has disconnected.
I believe so.
He's still in pit road.
He made that late race mistake. Caution didn't come out. He's aggravated. He knows he has a good enough car to win, and knows he couldn't recover from that.
UK Wildcat is now pitting now, along with the 88.
Yeah, UK was our leader, actually, until he just come in. So RKM back up to 9th, right behind Spanker and A's, Nanobread in 7th.
Right now is just exiting.
Showing the 48 as the leader
while
still.
Trout is just crossing the start-finish line. That's the big of a lead Jake has on Trout. Trout will need a caution if he wants to catch Jake and get back in this.
Most definitely. Right now, Wildcats is shown as the leader, but he's on pit road, so it will cycle back through to Jake. But hopefully maybe Trout has something for him. I'd hate to see, I don't want to say I hate to see Jake stink up the show, but he's that good of a driver, guys. He's Class A driver, not made one mistake tonight. So we'll see how big of a lead he has. RKM up to 5th, Wicked Gatekeeper 4th. I like to see that a guy that got voted in all the way up in the top 5. I like to see that. Nanobread
is now looking under RKM. I don't know if that's for position
no,
or not.
Yeah, that's for position. That's for 4th place. No Pit Pendle up to 7th. Spanker 3rd, Hey Bob 4th, RKM 5th, Wicked Gatekeeper, Nanobread and is 2nd. So that 37 car is the car chasing down our leader right now of Jake Guru, but it is a huge gap. I mean, I don't even see Nanobread in the picture, to be honest.
Yeah, Nanobread right now is entering. Well, let me see. Where can we exit the turn so I can tell you exactly.
Jake's going into 3 right now.
Nanobread, so Jake's got a full straightaway lead on Nanobread. He was just exiting turn 2 when you said he's entering 3.
Yeah, it's huge.
He's got a full backstretch lead.
And I think we're coming down to about 12 to go. RKM's in 5th, and it's a full half a lap that the 95's ahead of 5th. Which the 6 is getting around RKM right now. That's No Pit Pendle, I believe.
Jake is closing in up on the 20. Will the 20 fight Jake hard, or will he just let him go?
I
Look
think
like the 20 moved high and has let Jake go right on by.
I think Jake has earned a lot of respect from a lot of these guys because he has lapped me before, and he didn't have to put the bumper to me to get around me. If I was holding the bottom and he had the faster car, he'd pass me high. He's just one of them class act guys. He's a really good racer. I haven't even seen him cause an accident, you know.
Yeah.
He's aggressive, but he knows how to hold it. You know, it's the kind of aggressive you want in a race, you know.
Yeah, Trout right now is just exiting turn 4. Trout needs a caution really bad if he wants back in this
UK's coming back. I believe right now he is a half a second behind RKM for 6, but I do believe he would, in fresh tires, he'll end up with a top 5 finishing spot because he's coming really fast in RKM's mirror. RKM, just let him go, buddy. Yep,
Trout looking to the outside of Nuts, entering turns 4, but now he's looking to the inside. He made contact with Nuts in the 32.
Ooh, if UK wasn't so far back, man, I think he has a card that can contend right now. But it's literally a half a lap between.
Yeah, Trout's having problems. We've seen his car is not good in traffic.
That's a lap car tray behind the 95, so that's not for position. The car you see behind Jake. I'm trying to find Nanobread on here just to see if he is closing any or not, but
I'm looking for him.
I would hate to. Well, he's got it.
Nanobread right now is just exiting turn 2.
Right. I still don't see.
Jake is exiting turn 4.
Right.
Jake crosses the finish line now. Nanobread is going to be crossing the finish line. Still waiting. Still waiting. Now he's just crossed the finish line. That's the commanding lead Jake has over 2nd.
Wow. Yep, it's a little under a full straightaway. As he was going into the turn, I seen Nanobread coming out of the turn. So, like I said, Jake.
Do you have a lap counter for us? How many laps to go?
Let's see. We're actually at 4 to go. RKM is struggling because his tires are really. I mean, he was on that short pit strategy. He's in 7th. I'm watching his onboard. I hope
Trying to find Jake. There's
Troutson actually 8th, but I believe he's on fresh tires coming for 7th.
Let's watch Jake for one whole lap, see how smooth he's running, go on board with him.
Go on his onboard. Yeah, I'll mute up for a second so you guys listen how he works that throttle with 1 tires.
Ooh, Jake's loose and entering turn 3. He got really swirly. He managed to save it.
He got really tied off too and scrubbed off, hit the wall. I still think he has such a huge lead that it would take a caution or him something major to happen right now.
Yeah, he's got this locked up if he can keep his car under control.
UK's up to 5th and charging though. He might end up with the top 3.
He accidentally just let up throttle too soon and got loose. Yeah, it looked like his car is loose a little bit right now.
Yeah, he's in the wall again.
He's tight exiting.
I think this could be the white flag lap right here. Yeah, his car is totally. He took 2 tires or something on that last stop, or maybe he only took a splash because his.
Yeah, he is really loose.
Really
in the
bad.
middle and in entry.
Yes. But he has such a commanding lead. They can't catch him. Blakey T's up to 7th. Trout's up to 8th. RKM 9th. Mills 10th.
Yeah, I saw him in that turns 3 and 4. He went to the outside, ran that outside line because he was so loose.
And Jay Guru, I believe, just won the very first. Yes, Jake Guru's our winner, guys.
Yep, Jake won the race, the 95 car,
the
Toyota Camry.
Bearded 1300. Everybody knows why we're doing the bearded one. Good luck to Zane. Awesome race tonight. It had some action in the middle of the pack, but I didn't see anything, too crazy out there. UK ended up with a top 5. Nanobread 2nd. Hey Bob 3rd.
Get your top 3 in here for
No Pit Pendle 4th. UK 5th. Spanker 6th. Blakey T 7th. Trout 8th. Mills 9th. And RKM 10th. So that's J Guru, Nanobread, and Hey Bob. No Pit Pendle, UK Wildcats is your top 5. Followed by Spanker, Blakey T, Trout, Mills, and RKM for 5th through 10th.
Can you send a suggestion to the top 3?
Yes, sir.
Party chat, we can get them in here for an interview.
Yes, sir. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and stop my broadcast.